Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Yahusha, Living Orders and Commands. It is an end-time series of those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Creator. The Almighty Father Yahuah is His name, and I am compelled to believe you will come to discover that it is through Yahusha Messiah, it is through Yahuah, His Word manifest in the flesh, that we have restoration and fellowship and receive life immeasurably. With that said, this segment of Yahusha Living Orders and Commands is entitled, A Storm is Coming Like Never Before Witness. A storm is coming like never before witness. My brothers and sisters, these are the final days for the world as we know it to be. The hand of the Almighty Father Yahuah will be witnessed across the planet. We have entered into what I am compelled to call the Amos sequence. There will be those who will, absolutely will, turn back to Yahuah in the name of Yahusha. We will come to know the importance of lifting up Yahusha, our Mashiach, our Messiah. We will come to discover those who are being refined to fulfill the final exodus regarding being gathered from the four corners of the world. You, yes, you may indeed be one who will soon take a journey towards the promised land to fulfill what is written since the days of old regarding being gathered from the four corners of the earth. My brothers and sisters, there are scriptures that will be fulfilled. There are orders that will be obeyed. Prophecies will come to be. Do not attack the messengers. Do not be angry at the messengers, for we are merely witnessing what we have been positioned to see by the Spirit of Yahusha. Our testimony, our confessions, are a reflection of what is brought before us. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Trying times are ahead. Beware. Beware, do not be overtaken by wicked individuals who misuse words like there is nothing new under the sun, taking scriptures out of context, out of purpose. Beware of those who are slothful and take their time and do not and avoid seeking a sense of urgency, seeking to identify the voice of the Spirit of Yahusha. Beware of such wicked individuals, my brothers and sisters. There are those who mislead many, who will contribute to the falling away. But for you, my brothers and sisters, know this. There are orders, living orders and commands. We will witness the obedient emerge before the very face of the earth. And those who are alive will physically witness an emerging and awakening nation, Yahusha. True Yahusha, consisting of both Hebrews and Gentiles, or Abrim and Goyim. Goyim meaning other nations, who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father and acknowledge Yahusha as Mashiach. There will not be multiple times that will be reflective of the second coming of the Messiah. In other words, there won't be a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth coming. There will not be multiple tribulation periods. We have entered into the final days of man as we know it. Our final steps are unfolding before us as the world sleeps. A storm is coming like never before witness, O Yahusha. It is a storm that will humble us, that will refine those who seek to be obedient, those who will fulfill the words that are written regarding end-time prophecies in the children of Yahuah. The Almighty Father Yahuah, who manifests Himself in the person of Yahusha Mashiach, will have His living orders obeyed. And we will discover how that process works as we find ourselves being humbled, as global warming and climate change wreak havoc across the planet, as we see fresh water become scarce and food inventories begin to evaporate. We will come to witness as storms increase and phenomenal and cataclysmic conditions erupt, as wars and fightings erupt like never before. We will be humbled, O Yahusha. We will be refined, and we will come into unity as led by the Spirit of Yahusha, our Messiah. Pray, my brothers and sisters. He that is almighty provided us with instructions that are made alive through His living Spirit, whom He sent in Yahusha's name. He has provided us with warnings, with watchmen, with guidance. And we will witness chosen leaders of Yahusha Messiah rise up, bearing witness to all that is set apart, executing right ruling as we are led by He Himself, the Spirit of Yahusha, our Messiah. A storm is coming, O Yahusha, a storm like never before witnessed. What to expect in the coming days? Expect days of humbling. Expect days where our eyes will be made clear and our ears will become unclogged. My brothers and sisters, each of us that will be participants in the final Exodus described in the scriptures, along with those who will be obedient to the Almighty Father, others that will be obedient, we will either be martyrs for Yahusha's sake or fulfill the final Exodus, or we will be laid to rest until the return of Yahushua Messiah. Those who succumb to wickedness or unbelief and stumble and fall will fulfill what is written regarding the falling away. My brothers and sisters, the lack of fresh air due to volcanic eruptions, burning factories, trees, the results of bombs being ignited, and many other things will attack the very atmosphere, and we will find it difficult in some areas to even breathe. Smoke will be so thick in some places as man begin to fight one another over dwindling resources such as fresh water and food. There will be migrations towards the region we know as the Middle East. And this is the area where we will witness the habitable places on this planet will roll up like a scroll with man, women, and children being drawn back to where life began. Fresh water will continue to be used up at a rate that will not replenish, forcing migrations across the planet along with continued and widespread battles such as we never experienced before in life. Soon and very soon, people will be fighting over food as extreme famine enlarge, as pestilence and disease become rampant. It will create cataclysmic conditions and will bring about extreme humbling events, which will contribute to the emerging of an awakening nation being drawn together in unity by the Spirit of Yahusha. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. These are serious days ahead, more serious than you can ever imagine. My brothers and sisters, keep in mind there's a difference between the disciplining hand of the Almighty Father Yahuah versus his wrath. There will be days when many people will mislabel his wrath for his discipline, or his discipline will be mislabeled as wrath. We will come to discern that difference as we are made humble, as we are refined, as we witness being gathered together by the chosen leaders led by the Spirit of Yahusha. As a unified nation, we will rise. Here, O Yahusha, extreme humbling times are ahead. There will be betrayal amongst us, within our households, our families, and our camps. But we who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father will see that his guidance, his promises, established in our hearts, his purpose will come to be. Again, I say to you, the Amos sequence has begun, and things will get intense. Prepare to witness the most awesome chain of events in the coming days. The migration of people like never imagined. Chaos, economic collapse, civil unrest, fighting and wars, death and destruction, all will enlarge in the coming days. There will be death and destruction of great magnitude. Who is able to discern what is said in Revelation 6:8 and 9:18, which speaks of multiple deaths? Who is able to discern the times we live? Believe it or not, there are wicked leaders who are planning to leave their followers behind as they run to where they believe is the place to locate their place or perceived place of safety. Yes, there are mores, shepherds, pastors, and ministers and the like, planning to move and abandon their followers, their flock, so to speak. They think that their agenda is hidden. They think that they are moving in stealth mode. But the Most High will reveal all that is hidden, make known what is placed under a dark cloak. Light will shine. The shine will come from the discernment provided, the revelation, the actions of the Spirit of Yahusha working within us. There are cowards among us who are void of hearing from the Spirit of Yahusha and are preparing to flee from the destruction that they believe is about to happen, leaving many people behind. Beware, O Yahusha, beware of those whom you think are your leaders, shepherds, pastors, and more, for they will surprise many as extreme conditions erupt. Yes, they are making plans that do not include many of us. Beware, O Yahusha. Seek to discern who those who take charge over you What are their true agendas? Beware and know this, O Yahusha, there will be chosen leaders that will rise up led by the Spirit of Yahusha. Take comfort in knowing that he hears our cries and he will respond to our needs. And we will respond to fulfilling what is written. The Amos sequence will become clearer in the coming days. Time will prove we are at the stage of the warning where the Almighty Father Yahuah has proclaimed these days as a time to meet our Maker. Pray and watch. End times are gradually intensifying, but will soon hit with a magnitude that will cause many to faint for shock. We are approaching a storm that is coming, and we will witness the refinement of an awakening nation by the power and might of the Almighty Father Yahuah through His set-apart Spirit, sent in Yahusha's name. We are about to witness eyes open, made clear. We are about to discover what it is to hear and understand and respond as the Spirit of Yahusha teaches us and make known all that is necessary for us to be obedient to Him. Yes, my brothers and sisters, we have reached that stage. Obedience will be established, and we will witness being made physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and socially weak like never before. And in our weakness, we will witness the power and might and the Spirit of Yahusha rise up within us, fortifying us, strengthening us to fulfill what is written. Allow me to present Amos 4th chapter, verses 6 through 13. I invite you to pay close attention, for we are at the stage where it is said, prepare to meet your Maker. Amos 4, 6 through 13 reads as follows. And I gave you cleanness of teeth in all your cities and lack of bread in all your places, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. And I also withheld rain from you 3 months before the harvest. Then I would send rain on one city, and another city I would not send rain. One part was rained upon, and where it did not rain, that part would dry up. Let me pause. Look at California. Look at Brazil. Look at India. Look at parts of China. There are parts of the world that are critical for growing our food, that are drying up. But then again, look around. There are regions that are experiencing severe flooding where it is raining, where they are growing crops. Pray and watch. It has begun, my brothers and sisters. It goes on to say, then 2 or 3 cities would wander to another city to drink water, but they were not satisfied, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. Soon we will witness mass exodus of people racing to go to areas where they believe fresh water is much accessible. Soon we will witness a mass migration like never before imagined. He goes on to say in the 9th verse, I have smitten you with blight and with mildew. The creeping locust devoured your many gardens and your vineyards and your fig trees and your olive trees. But you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. Look around, my brothers and sisters. Disease is attacking the gardens, the vineyards, the trees. Locusts are flying and eating up food areas in Australia, parts of Europe, and even in parts of America. The 10th verse of Amos says, I have sent among you a plague in the way of Mitzrayim. I have slain your young men with a sword along with your captured horses, and I made the stench of your camps come into your nostrils, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. Look around, my brothers and sisters. Disease is spreading like never before. Chikungunya, enterovirus D68, cancer, diabetes, and many other types of diseases and plagues, Ebola, are growing rampant across the planet. Though the news may be downplaying, I assure you, many different types of disease and plagues are spreading as this message goes forward. Even AIDS and HIV/AIDS or hepatitis B. Many, and collectively, they fulfill what is described. Amos 4:11, 12, and 13 says, I have overthrown some of you as the Almighty One overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and you were like a burning stick plucked from the burning, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. Therefore, I am doing this to you, O Yahusha, and because I do this to you, prepare to meet your Almighty One, O Yahusha. For look, he who forms mountains and creates the wind, and who declares to man what his thought is, and makes the morning darkness, and who treads the high places of the earth. Yahuah, the Almighty One of hosts, is his name. Notice it said in the 13th verse, He forms mountains and creates winds. Could that wind also include tornadoes and hurricanes? Could it include typhoons and thunderstorms and hail and all that can be attributed to rough weather? Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. We are in a time that it will prove to be a time to prepare to meet our Maker. Traveling arrangements have been made, Yahusha, whether they will be to the promised land or to the grave. We have purpose and a place of which we will discover obedience through the Spirit of Yahusha. It will come to be. Gird up, my brothers and sisters, and be prepared to discern and respond with accuracy to the voice of the Spirit of Yahusha, whether it be directly to you or through him working through another to bring his set apart instructions to us. Those who will be in the final exodus will come to face the awesome fulfillment of what is written regarding promises that depict a gathering from the four corners of the earth. We will witness things that our forefathers were not able to see. A storm is indeed coming, like never before witnessed. Soon and very soon, the life in these words will resonate. They will echo among us with intensity. We will learn to speak when it is necessary. We will learn to be quiet. We will begin to seek answers as things become intense. And there will be those who will respond. And we will be gathered, O Yahusha. Do not be afraid. Let your comfort be in knowing what has been promised by the Almighty One, our Almighty Father Yahuah, through Yahusha Mashiach. Until next time, my brothers, my sisters, my family, know this. It will all be made clear soon and very soon. Phenomenal proof will come. Until next time, know that end times have arrived and the intensity levels are increasing. It's just a matter of time before it reaches your doorstep, our doorstep, and beyond. Be encouraged and know that the Almighty Father created this plan. It is a plan that was established since the days of old. I pray that each of us are able to endure until the very end. A storm is coming, a storm like never before. Shalom, shalom, shalom.